Hi, hello, good afternoon. It was only a matter of time before I got back to the dress alterations. I wanted to get this project done before the big move. As you've probably seen the decluttering content, I have been wanting to do this project for a while and I finally have all the supplies I need to do it. Today's dress alteration video is going to be a little experimental. It might turn out horribly, it might turn out pretty well. I don't really know yet, but today I'm going to be taking two dresses that I thrifted. One is this sort of pastel pink little mini dress from H&M, I believe. Yes, from H&M. And this other dress that I have is a black sort of overall dress with that white grid pattern going on. Now these dresses have some similarities and some differences. Pretty cool patterns though, which is why I got them. But they both share the same problem in that they are both too small. Very deceptive sizing. I tried finding some fabric that was similar so I could maybe size them up, but I cannot find a single thing. So today, I'm going to be doing possibly the most classic Hot Topic dress I think I've ever seen. And I'm going to be combining these two dresses. Also kind of looking at these two things combined. This is kind of giving off like Draculaura vibe, especially with the G3 dolls coming out soon. This definitely looks like something that would come out of Draculaura's closet. Now that I think about it, I do have Draculaura earrings that I got from Spirit Halloween. See, it's already starting to come together. I am nervous about this project. There are a lot of spots where this could go wrong. One of the first issues I'm facing is that these dresses are very similar in terms of fit. With the skirt, they're sort of like A-line type dresses, but the necklines on them are just a little bit different. But what I'm thinking, I'm going to use the black dress as a pattern to sort of cut the neckline of the pink dress a little bit so that they match. Fix that problem. Then we're facing the next problem where this black dress is shorter than the pink dress. But I'm hoping with the grid pattern to take some of the extra fabric from this, and you'll see where the extra fabric is coming from soon. Take some of the extra fabric and add like an inch or two onto the bottom of this hemline. It should be okay. It has the grid pattern so I can really line everything up. That also means that if I don't line it up perfectly, it's going to be glaringly obvious. So we're gonna see. Now you might be wondering, how am I going to combine these two dresses? Okay, what's my plan? My plan is to have sort of a very classic looking Hot Topic style dress where one half is going to be the pink dress, the other half going to be the black dress. Because since both of these dresses are just a little bit too small for me, I'm going to cut open the fronts of them with the black dress. It's not super necessary because it already has this zipper down the front, so I really just have to unzip it and remove the zipper later. But once I have them either open or cut in half, I'm going to throw on each dress, whichever half that I will be using, and kind of wrapping the fabric around, possibly to the other, like opposite side of the waist, if that's going to make sense. Kind of like if I'm doing this, it's going to get over to here. I'll explain it better later, I promise. There are some other issues, like I'll probably end up using the side of this dress that does not have its little side zipper on it, just to make this a bit easier. And then there's going to be some weird parts of the design, like the fact that this dress does not have pockets, but this one does. So only one side of this dress is going to have pockets. But the entire front of the dress is going to be connected by this very long zipper. I've really been wanting to do this project for a long time. I've been putting it off because it scared me, but I'm really excited to see how this goes. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So starting off using some tailor's chalk and the black dress as a template, I've marked off more or less where this piece of the dress needs to come away. I'm not going to cut right on the line. I'm probably going to give it another ½ inch to an inch just so that I'll be able to close up that side of the fabric so I don't get any fraying. I'm going to be cutting through both layers of the fabric for the front and the back because on this dress here we can see that the front and back of the dress have the same shape. And now with that cut, I am just going to clean up these edges and then get to fitting each half of the dress. Alright, now that the pink dress has been changed and there is no going back from a fundamental construction point of view, I am now going to be cutting both of these dresses in half, just down the middle front, not the back. That is going to be staying intact for now. The black dress I am going to be cutting down along the zipper, so it's already laying out for me. Then what I'm going to do to make sure that this dress fits in the end, because remember, these dresses are both too small, so if I just take each exact half of either dress and sew them together, it's still going to be too small. I'm going to take each dress, which after I cut the middle fronts are going to go on more like a coat, honestly, just sort of pinning it in the front to stay in place. I'm going to wrap it around the torso and mark where the back of the dress wraps around to meet the opposite side of the waist, if that's making any sense. So instead of the back cut being right in the middle, it's going to be more a few inches away from the true side. So it's going to be a little bit uneven, but it's going to give me a looser fit dress. If it's a little wonky in the fit once I sew everything together, I can fix that up, which I'm not too worried about. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the black dress as well. And then with the leftover fabric that I have for the black dress, I'm going to add about an extra inch or so onto the hemline, because this one, you can't really tell how they're laying out, but this black dress is shorter than the pink dress, just by a little bit. And it's a little short for my liking, so I'm gonna bring that hemline down a couple of inches. Lining up that fabric with this white grid pattern, which might look a little bit weird, but we'll see. I'm also gonna be getting rid of the original zipper and using the new zipper that I got, because this zipper is not going to match the final hemline. Alright, and now with all of the pieces cut, I just need to extend the hemline of this black dress with the white grid pattern. So taking some of the extra fabric from the cuttings, I measured out how much I needed, and I have pinned it in place right sides to right sides, so it's going to be a bit more of an even seam. I am doing my best to keep the lines even across the board, and have even put pins at almost every other line. I didn't quite have enough to get all the way to the end, so these are two different patches, so I'm going to attach this all together, make sure it looks clean, and then get towards figuring out how I'm going to attach the other two dresses together. Alright, and now with the extra length added to the bottom of the black dress, I have pinned in place the zipper, just like that, folding over the right side of the fabric so that I will be hemming it at the exact same time. I will also stop at the end just to have some time to hem the bottom of the black dress before I move forward as well, so don't worry about that. Now, when I was adding this extra panel to the bottom of the black dress, I did run into a sewing issue where I ended up having to cut a hole out of the dress to be able to free it from my machine. I thought about giving up the project then and there, but I'm thinking, depending on where this ends up on the actual dress, I'm going to put up some kind of patch over it, maybe with some of the leftover pink fabric, maybe with some of the black fabric. I'm not quite sure yet, but either way, I am going to fix this somehow. I just haven't decided how yet. Either way, I am going to sew in the zipper to connect the dress at the very front, and then figure out how I want to connect the dress at the back. This also means that I'll be able to take off any extra fabric from the back, instead of having to do an extra fitting after I connect everything. Alright, now that the zipper is installed and I have hemmed the edge of the black dress, I've now gone through and pinned the back of the dress where the final split in the pattern is going to be. I've also drawn a chalk line just to help guide me. I might have to do a few more alterations after this, but we will see. So to style this final dress, I paired it with just my plain black belt with a little heart buckle, my plain black combat boots with white laces, because I figured if we're going for a contrasting look anyways with the dress, I might as well add to it. As well as my Draculaura earrings that I got from Spirit Halloween. And to make it even more Draculaura friendly, I have this little bat hair clip that I have added to my little ponytail. This dress, now that's done, is really reminding me of Draculaura from Monster High. And this is actually really reminding me of the dress that they have the Draculaura doll wearing in the Gorganizer set. But I think this turned out really, really pretty. There were a few times I almost gave up on this one, I'll be honest. I wasn't sure I was going to finish this project, but I'm glad I did. I'm really proud of myself. It's such a nice and unique piece. There's only pockets on one side of the dress. I didn't feel confident adding pockets to the pink side, but one pocket, better than no pockets, so. I also went with nice pink makeup for this outfit because I think I'm really leaning into the Draculaura vibes for this dress. But I'm really proud with how this dress turned out. Some of the seams could definitely use some ironing just to really flatten them down, especially the area where I extended the hemline of the black dress, and possibly along the zipper, but other than that, like, to me this looks really clean. I think I did a really good job. I think it turned out great. And it turns out that the fabric of the black dress that had the hole in it, where I had to saw it free from my machine when the needle jammed, I was worried about that. I thought I'd have to make a patch, but it ended up getting cut out anyways in the end alterations by just that much, by the tiniest amount. But without further ado, I had a great time with this project. I hope it was entertaining to watch. I had no idea what I was doing with this. I had a general plan, but I had to improvise a little. This is probably going to be the last project filmed in this space, but that just means maybe there will be an office decorating video in the future, who knows? But with all that out of the way, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and with any luck, next video will be in the new office space, so that'll be very interesting. But either way, I hope you all have lovely days, and I will see you in the new filming space. Bye!